Most MSPs I've talked to just want to sell everything to everyone. And though I love this attitude, it lacks focus. And since you guys are typically time constrained as it is, what you need to do is actually sell with pinpoint accuracy as much as possible. That means targeting your best leads first and your okay leads second. Now, some of you are going to be thinking that every customer is different, and that's true. But if you do some homework, you'll realize that they're only slightly different, but mostly the same. And we'll actually, to be honest, I've actually done this homework for you, so let's stay tuned. If you remember from our first webinar, there are four main services being sold in the industry. There's time-based services like, break fix time and materials or block or staffing type services. There's a la carte services, proactive services, and fully managed services. And each of these service offerings exist mainly because there are four distinct target audiences in our space. And when you get very granular about it, you'll see what I mean. I'm going to start broad and get a little more specific as I go. So in saying that, there are primary and secondary demographics to look at in our space. Okay? What is typically thought of as a primary demographic by marketing firms are actually secondary demographics to us in the managed services space. Things like number of employees, annual revenue, location, and so on, all make up the bulk of leads lists that you can purchase. But for us, the two most important things to know about our prospects and customers are, one, do they have an internal IT staff? And two, how reliant is their business on their network? Okay? Both of which are things you can't tell a leads company to sort on for you. So let's start with the metrics they can sort on and work our way backwards. This is an overall view of the market, specifically as it relates to the size of the organizations. In most cases, we see our customers managing the bottom two sections of the pyramid, so less than 100-seat organizations mainly. Some of our customers do get up into the mid-market section, but that represents a small portion of the overall customer base. Mainly our end users, i.e. our customers' customers, your customers, are in the SMB and SOHO size ranges. The reason for this is because these customers will typically not have an internal IT staff, our first criteria. On average, it is about 60 seats where the end customer starts looking for an internal staff member. But if you can start managing their network before they get that big, you can typically push that a bit further to about 100 to 120 seats before they need somebody in-house. And as an aside here, the great thing about being there before this need arises is that they turn to you for help in hiring that person. And if you're really smart, you bring it up first and help them hire someone that aligns to your service delivery. Like the most common engagement I've seen like this is where the MSP helps their customer hire like an A+ certified desktop guy and then acts as their escalation point for desktop issues while maintaining ownership of the network backbone in its entirety. And all the while keeping your tools in place and just redirecting your monitoring notifications on desktops to the in-house hire and keeping everything coming to you on the backbone side, on the servers and network gear side. And then, of course, any escalations from the desktop person to you as well if they didn't get to them in time. All right, back to the main topic. These sub 100 seat organizations will spend on average about $2,000 an employee annually. So that's about $166 a month per employee, making them a really great target for you guys. Now, even though this is true statistically, the problem is sometimes the MSP doesn't believe it, and they don't really know how they're spending their money. So you have to make sure during the sales cycle that you bring this up.